We are live, and it is Sunday, fun day. Hello, everybody.
Hello,
Hello.
everybody. Hello, Mr. Superfly.
Hello, Mrs. Superfly. We are live and ready to thrive. And the logo is down. Logo down. And the first guy in today is the tapeworm. How's it going, buddy? He might not be there because he was like there and he's like, I'll be back in 15 minutes because he came a little early. So I didn't even know we could chat 15 minutes early.
Neither did I.
Hello, Dominic. How's it going? I hope you guys can hear me. We're doing a sound check. The first 5 minutes of every live now is sound check. Yeah, it sounds. I think you can hear me. Good. Fantastic, gentlemen. Thank you, Mr. Superfly. For once, we got no sound issues or camera issues. So, yay! Owen! Owen is from Florida. How's it going, Owen? Everybody's showing up to say hello. Watch me tie some crazy flies. So, the tapeworm was asking me about streamer flies. So, I cannot tie a gray ghost because I don't have all the ingredients to tie a gray ghost. However, I can tie streamers of some form. So this fly here in the vise, I tied in honor of the tapeworm. So I call it the tapeworm streamer.
I like it, honey.
Yeah.
It's nice.
So this is for you, tapeworm. So yes, I can tie streamers. I don't tie those old-fashioned streamers too often. These are kind of like old-fashioned style streamers. So I don't tie them too terribly often. I was working on a couple of different patterns this week for you guys. So this one is for the tapeworm. And then I also tied up this one. So I tied up that fella. And it looks kind of cool. So I don't tie them often because I don't fish with them often. Most of those old-fashioned flies, I see a lot of guys put them in frames, or they'll frame them up in shadow boxes, or stuff like that. I don't see a lot of people fishing with them, to be honest. Not in my neck of the woods, and even online, I don't see too many people fishing with that style. I see people fishing with more like feather streamers, like game changer kind of streamers, or woolly buggers, like long leech patterns.
Jared's in the house.
Jared's in the house. Yee! Monsters in the house. Yee! Yeah, it kind of does look. I guess it does kind of look a bit like a cross between a Mickey fin and a ghost. Yeah, I like it.
I like all three that you showed.
Yeah, I think it turned out good.
Yeah.
But when you put a Mickey fin and a gray ghost together, you get the tapeworm streamer. Bum bum bum. So yeah, so that's what I did. You'd fish it, tapeworm? Absolutely. The other thing is, I think a lot of these old streamer styles, they fish salmon with them, right? So one thing is you won't see me fishing salmon. So when I was a young guy, I used to fish for salmon, and as I got older, I got this feeling like, you know, I would watch the salmon swimming, and you'd catch them and you let them go, and they're all you just know that when they're coming up to spawn, then they're gonna pass. They're using up all their energy to spawn, and I just got this feeling in my heart I would let the salmon be. So that's why I just kind of go and enjoy watching them swim up the rivers now. And even during salmon season, I'm still out there catching bass and panfish and whatever. So I just let the I just let those big giant salmon swim free, you know. So that's why I don't tie too many. Now trout's a little different. When trout come up, they spawn, they go back to the lake when you release them and stuff, and so they're like multi-spawning fish. But so I do a lot of trout fishing in the spring, and then once I switch over to panfish fishing and like bass fishing and stuff like that, then I kind of focus heavily on that kind of fish. But
Kid is here.
hey, Kid Noble, welcome in, welcome in. Bless all you guys, love you guys and girls. So yeah, so anyways, I'm always up for a bit of a good challenge and a good time. So this was
I like that one.
this was the one I tied. As for tonight or this evening, what we're going to tie, I haven't really given it too much thought. I was thinking I could tie you guys these nice little craft fur minnows. They're pretty fun. Bambi! Bambi's in the house.
So that you said hi to Kid?
Yep. So we could tie that, or I was working on these frogs this week, these topwater froggies,
Yeah.
and I put a lip on them so that they will wiggle back and forth.
Yes.
So they're very articulated. So I was thinking you guys can let me know what you want, or I can tie you this, which is what I have called my gray ghost, which is a bit of a popper head, but it also
That's
has a
cool.
repella body,
Yeah, Jody.
and it's very sparkly. This is a bass slayer right here. I have caught so many smallmouth and largemouth bass, and I've caught other fish on it too, obviously rock bass and perch and sunfish will come after this. But this one, every time I put this on, I'm very likely to catch bass with it.
Oh, Honey Trudge said he hit the like. He's out in the country and he doesn't have enough signal to watch, but he can still hit the like to support the channel. Tight lines, everyone.
Oh, thanks, Trudge.
Thank you.
Much appreciated, Trudge. And you are with us even in heart and spirit, so we appreciate it very greatly. So, gang, what do you guys want to see me tie? You guys want to see me tie the froggy or the craft fur minnow or the gray ghost?
Why don't you?
Why don't I decide?
Yeah.
You guys always make me decide. Well, I want the audience to.
Okay.
I want everybody to have a choice. I mean, that's.
I think you're gonna tie the frog.
I would like to tie the frog.
I know that's
You
what
guys-
you said. Oh,
I know, but I don't want to make. I don't want to tie the
Yes.
frog if they don't want to see it. I want to do what they want to do too. It's not all. It's not all about the suit.
Oh, Real Monster said the frog. See?
All right. Well, he was the first to chime in, so
There
I'm
you go.
going with that.
And so did Bambi.
And Bambi too. Froggy it is.
All right.
All right. So
Dominic likes the frog.
Dominic likes the
He used
frog.
one for bass yesterday.
All right. So frogs it is. Frogs is win. So I can tie it in green like the frog or brown like the toad.
I like green.
I'm going to tie it in the green. I am going to tie it in the green. I just wanted to show off my little toad. I got to be honest. I made this little toad And this toad has never caught a fish. And I think the fish don't eat toads
Oh,
because I think the toads give off a bad taste, whereas frogs don't. Toads have a very foul taste to them. Don't ask me, I've never eaten a toad, but I just know that. A lot of animals won't eat toads. All right, so what we're going to do is start with the legs. And for the legs, we need some Christmas hanger wires. I'm so glad my sound worked right off the bat today.
yes.
It drives me nuts when I have to tinker around with it.
Tapeworm said next week's live frog tasting.
Frog tasting, eh? You guys just want to see me lick a frog. There are certain types of frogs and toads
Yes.
that if you lick them,
Oh,
you can get high.
oh.
Don't ask me why. I've never done that. I just know back in the high school days, there was a guy that we went to high school with who had a toad, one of those cane toads or whatever, and he would lick it and he would get high. And it was widely spread all around the school.
Goodness, that's gross.
Yeah.
Ew.
People would pay him to lick this toad.
Ew.
Not me.
Ew.
I wouldn't do that. I never did drugs like that. But
Anyways.
not that licking a toad is a... Anyways, we're going off the rails.
Yeah.
I am not going off the rails tonight, guys.
So,
Okay.
what do we
So
start
the first thing we're going to do... So basically, we only need 3 wire pieces. We need one for the one leg, one for the other leg, and then you need one for the... We'll just call it his hips. So this is his hip bone. So to make his hip bone, what we need to do is we need to put our wire into our looping pliers. These are called looping pliers. And we're going to make a 1 straight bend. And then I'm going to measure it up to the frog because I'm just eyeballing this here. And then we're going to make the same loop on the other end. And a lot of times you'll see me make...
Oh, Lucifer, is that Luca?
Luca!
Oh,
Luca! Yes, Luca's in the house. How you feeling? Are you still in the hospital, Luca? Luca's a trooper, man.
Yes.
So much has happened to him. Anyways, so normally when you'll see that when I make loops, you'll see me make one loop the opposite way on the end, but that's when you're making like long streamer type spines. But if you're making legs, you want the hip bone, we'll just call it the hip spine or the hip bone. You want them to be both the loops the same way. All right.
Jody,
Yes, sweetheart.
Jared said, aren't cane toads the poisonous ones that can kill you?
Absolutely. They can't. So if you really, so it is a very dangerous thing to lick a cane toad or even touch them with your hand and they can kill you. But back in high school, I can't, we're revisiting this conversation. But anyways, back in the high school days, this kid, he had a cane toad, and this was before it was illegal to import them.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's illegal to import them.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, he would just lick this toad, and I'm sure it fried his brains. Like did some damage to him. But you are correct, Jared. Those cane toads. They can kill you. They usually, anything that tries to eat them dies. That's why they're so invasive, and in any country that they get brought to, they just take a foothold in because nothing eats them, or not many things eat them anyways because they're so poisonous. Okay, so the remaining wire, I straighten it out, And I'm going to cut it exactly in half.
Luca's feeling better, but yes, he's still in the hospital.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get you out to the hospital soon.
Yeah.
It must suck being in the hospital that long. Okay. So now with the remaining two pieces, we're going to put them exactly in the center, and then we're going to make a regular pin. You guys have seen me make these attachment pins lots of times to attach the spines onto hooks. So we need two of those. So that's the first one. And then we're going to go right in the center. It didn't quite go in the center. Come on. It's got to be centered. Okay. So now this one's in the center. All right. So now we have our two pins and our hips. So what we're going to do, I'm going to put one of these pins off on my table, and we're going to take our first pin. We're going to put it in our vise. We're going to grab our clear nylon thread.
Well, in the chat, honey, they're talking about how those toads in Florida are not good. They kill a lot of pets who get a hold of them.
Oh, yes.
And Jared said they are a plague down there, I guess, in Florida.
Absolutely. See, that's the problem, right?
Wow.
People brought them there as pets, and before they banned them.
Oh.
Now I'm pretty sure they've banned them almost everywhere, but they're native to Australia. So, all right. So I put my thread on, and I tied it from just before the end all the way back up to where it hits my vise and back. So I did that. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to give our little froggy some green flippery flippers. So we're going to use some of this lime green feathers.
Nice.
And I don't want the end piece because it's always the end piece has a little bit of crushed feathers on it. So I want them to be really kind of flowy. And I'm just going to pick out a couple of the loose feathers, little strands that are in there. And then I'm going to pluck off the top part of the feather. And I always keep it because there's other flies you can use it on. And then I'm basically going to take this feather and break it exactly in half. And one half will be the one foot, and the other half will be the other foot. And I'm going to take the feather and bend the spine in my thumbs so that I can hold it like this. And we are going to hold it onto our little pin, and we will wrap it up and tie it on there. And of course, I cleaned up this afternoon, so I put all my tools away and I made my desk so I could work on it again. The Mrs. Superfly is super happy, but now I have no idea where I put everything. Okay. So now we have our footy foot tied on there. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to need some yellow and green foam to form the legs with. And I think I have some here in my little spare foam dish. Come on, Superfly. There's a piece of green. That'll do both legs. And yellow. That'll do both legs. Fantastic. And if you don't have it, then you need to cut it from a larger sheet. But I do have it. And you're basically going to need just the length of the shank of your pin for the leg. So this will do both legs. So I'm very happy about that. So measure it up to the leg of your fly. And then we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut it. Beautiful. And to make it look just a bit aesthetically pleasing, I'm just going to round off one end with my rounded scissors. And I'm going to flip my vise on its side so that this is holding the pin in the vise. And then I'm going to, a millimeter from the end, I'm going to tie on the first piece, give it a few good wraps. And I'm just going to put a little bit of a knot in there so that should anything unsnap or whatever, it won't unravel. And then I'm going to take our green piece of foam and I'm going to round that off at the end. And then I'm going to flip my vise over. And I'm going to tie in our green piece on the complete opposite side. And again, I will just put a little knot in there so that it doesn't move anywhere. Beautiful. And then I'm going to take my crazy glue and I'm going to take my thread out of the way and just plop it into my bobbin cradle so that I don't get any crazy glue in there. And I will take my crazy glue and I will apply crazy glue. And then I will push it down. And with my 2 fingers, I will hold down that foam for a couple of seconds while it dries up. Oh, I did a boo-boo. Haha, Superfly did a boo-boo, but I'm going to show you guys something anyways, so it'll be all right. Should you make a little boo-boo like that, I was supposed to wind my thread over, but I didn't. But see how I locked it down with a knot? That was good, because now what I can do is I can trim it off here, and I can just reapply my thread on the other end. No worries. And this is the good thing about having a bobbin, and you can just reapply your thread where you need it to be, and don't ever be afraid to do that. So you may see other guys be like, oh, you got to tie it all in one piece. No, you don't. And if you ever need to, you can always use a second bobbin and you can always just reattach at the other end. Like, it's very flexible. If you have I happen to have 3 or 4 bobbins kicking around. So if I'm working on something at the end and I need to throw something on the other end, I'll just attach a bobbin, throw on the piece I need, and then trim it off.
Blue Rooster says, hey.
Hey, Rooster's in the house. What's up, buddy? All my friends came out to play. Okay, so I'm going to trim this now because we don't need that on there like that. And as you can see, it looks like a nice little froggy leg. But what I am going to do is I'm going to just trim the 2 little end pieces off. I'll flip it over, trim this one off nice and round.
Jared says, Jody, I was wondering why you didn't advance the thread first. Laugh out loud. We all make mistakes.
Yes.
And Lucas said, everybody ties a bit differently. People should be open-minded if it works.
Well, okay, so I did make a mistake because I normally would have held up once I tied in these 2 pieces, I would have held them apart and then advanced it up. But it was a good opportunity to show you that should you have a little slip up like that, it's not the end of the world. It's very easy to
fix.
Very easy to fix. So
Cool.
I use those opportunities as teaching moments. Because a lot of people get all paranoid. They're like, I could never tie flies. Yeah, you can. Trust me. If you just relax yourself and have a little bit of patience, you could tie flies just like the Superfly. And you know what? We're living in a golden age of fly tying now. Because as all of you guys know, you guys who have been watching me for a while, I learned in the time before Google. And now there's Google, so you can just YouTube or TikTok it and see all us guys, us older guys who put in the work. Now you young guys, you got cool materials, you got all kinds of awesome videos.
Jared said, "You did it on purpose, Jody, so you can show us one technique on each leg." Laugh out loud.
That's it, Jared. That's it. So I took a. You guys are gonna break me today. I swear. Anyways, I took a black Sharpie and I just dabbed on the little dots of our froggy, and on the underside of his leg, I'm gonna take a brown Sharpie, and I'm gonna do the same thing, but only with a brown Sharpie. I like Sharpie markers because my last name is Sharpe. You ever wonder? You ever what? Jody Sharpe, right? So,
Sharpe with the E at the end.
But I'm not a Sharpie. Although people are like Jody Sharpie, but I'm a Jody Sharpe with an E without the I. And no, we're not on the rich part of the family tree, so I don't get any royalties or anything from them. No kickbacks or nothing. Wah wah wah. Although if anybody from the Sharpie company is looking to sponsor a fly tire, I might be up for that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be cool. So, all right. Now the next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna take some of my end of the line nail polish here. That's, as you can see, it's supposed to be clear, but if you don't wipe your brushes, it starts to get a little tainted. But that's okay when you do stuff where you need a brown tinge to it. So for this, I'm gonna dip in my clear nail polish, and I'm going to go on the underside of the leg first, and I'm just going to grab up some of that brown color, and then I'm going to go on top.
Well, Luke agrees with you. Sharpie markers are freaking awesome for tying.
They are freaking awesome for tying. If you need a color, and they come in so many colors.
I own an island is just checking in and dropping a like.
Hey, Island, what's up, man? Welcome in, welcome in. Yes, okay. So, if you guys are wondering why I finished each part of the leg, because in the past, when I have tied stuff like this, I tie the whole fly, and then I try decorating all the pieces, and then the glue from the legs will stick to the side, or it'll get into the feathers. This way, if you do it in the vise as you go, by the time you get to the end, that won't happen to you. So just a little friendly tip from your local neighborhood Superfly. So what I'm going to do now, because this leg is very light, I can just take it out by the marabou. I'm going to put it into a pair of hemostats so that I can just place it on the table. And while I'm doing the next leg, ta-da! Ain't I a genius, guys? Only took me 35 years to learn how to do that. The little things you figure out after you've been doing something for 20 years. And then you go, dang it, I could have been doing that all along. But honestly, seriously, one of the biggest tips I can tell you that has saved, and I've done this, so like I learned the hard way. If you've got your bobbin tied onto your hook or onto your whatever part you're tying, whatever, if you are doing anything with crazy glue or any kind of glue or paint or anything, just tie it off with your two fingers, take your little bobbin, put it in your hook cradle, and I've showed you guys all my cheap hook cradle that I got from Walmart from the clothing section. They're like, do you want the little thing? I'm like, absolutely I do, because it just clips onto my thing and it keeps my bobbin out of the way, and I don't wreck threads that way. And I'll tell you guys, these threads here are about $8 now. Sometimes we get them on sale for $6, which is a bonus, but they're about $8.
Yeah.
And one small drop of glue or crazy glue or paint or nail polish in there, and it will wreck it for
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah.
And I have done it even with a brand new one, not even a slightly used one, a brand new one, and I was so angry.
Mm.
So if I can warn you guys about anything, that's one thing I will for sure warn you about. And yeah, just if you go to Walmart, and they come in different styles. Like here's a slightly different style, right?
I can't remember. Was that for a belt or for pants?
I don't know if it was pants or a belt or a shirt. I can't even remember.
Yeah, me either.
But if they ask you if you want it and you're a fly tyer, say yes, you do. And if you have any fly tying buddies who can't find one, get it for them because they will greatly appreciate it. I don't know if my friend Ted is watching.
Yeah.
He usually does. He's usually in the background watching.
Yeah.
If you're here, Ted, hello, hello, hello. You don't have to respond, but I just wanted to say hello if you're lurking, and anybody else who's lurking in the background, hello, hello, hello.
Oh, Lucas said, "Oh yeah, I accidentally UV a whole bombing full of thread,
Oh,
brand new.
oh,
Didn't even pay attention. Then I
oh,
hit it with the light while I was hitting my fly with the light.
oh.
I was very mad."
Yeah. So Luca knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's bad when you're wrecking threads with UV or crazy glue or yeah, it's bad.
So, honey.
So I'm gonna not screw this side up like I
Yes.
did the last side. What? Yes, Mrs. Superfly.
Blue Rooster typed Superfly, so I don't know if he has a question for you.
I don't know.
Okay. He just wrote Superfly. I'm not sure if he's trying to ask you something.
One more than one occasion I have tested the bond of super glue between my skin and fly bench, and for science, right, Jared? That's what we say, eh? For scientific reasons, we have tested this glue. Oh man. All right, so I'm not going to screw this one up, guys, like I did the last one. So I'm going to put this on there with the rounded side on up like that.
Oh, okay. So Blue is telling you Superfly. He ended up in the hospital again. He got stitches.
Oh.
Because he fought someone and apparently it was his fault.
He fought someone?
Yes.
Rooster, what's going on with you, man? What is going on with you? I love you. You're getting in accidents. You're getting in fights. You got to calm down. You're just a young fella, man. I know life is for the living, dude. You gotta enjoy life, not get so wound up about stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna hold these back with my fingers. See, this is what I was supposed to do last time, but as Jared said, we'll just. I meant to do that for a teaching moment. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah, right. All you real fly tires, Luca and Jared, you all know. Yeah, it was a mistake. No, it was a teaching moment. All right. So, this is what the Superfly tells you, right? So I'm just going to tie a little knot at the end, just in case I cut my thread so it doesn't all unravel, which I'm not going to cut my thread, but anyways. Then I'm going to take my bobbin, plop it off to the side, take my crazy, crazy glue, put a bit of it on, and surprise, surprise, the crazy glue is clear. Normally I have to pick away at it and whatever. And then I'm going to pinch it down till it holds. And then I'm going to tie it in. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the proper way to do that maneuver. And I will tie it off now. And by proper, I mean do it any way you want. you've seen it done two ways, and they were both successful. But as you see, this way took less steps than the other way. So I always try and take less steps if I have to. It just saves time in the long run. So,
Honey,
yes, my darling.
Iona Island says, no fly fishing for me today. Just going to go drop some burbot set lines. What is that?
Oh, burbot set lines?
What's that?
Burbot's a type of fish, I believe. And it's a set lining is a style of fishing.
Okay.
A way to catch fish.
Okay.
Very nice there, Island. Very nice. Okay. Oh, yes, one more comment? No?
No, I was just going to share with you that Tapeworm said burbot is one of the goals for him this summer.
Oh, nice. Okay, so again with the Sharpie, for all of you joining us, just making the speckles on the froggy, and then flip them over, and do the little brown speckles on the bottom. By the way, everybody, this fly will be going into the Jody's fly box, so one of you lovely people will be reaching it. By the way, we're up to 226 subscribers.
Cool, yeah.
So it seems like every day now I get a couple. So thank you guys so much, guys and girls. I really appreciate it. Me and the Mrs. Superfly.
Big Mo Tackle's here.
Hey, Mo's in the house. Hey, why is Luca gray? Luca should be
I was
blue.
going to ask you that.
Luca's need to be blue.
Yes.
There, Luca is blue now.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! All right. Luca has got to be one of the best moderators. I've been in a lot of chats with him over the last 75 days when I started actually watching people's live streams and stuff.
Okay.
That's when my live streaming career came to life.
Okay.
About 75 days ago. So Luca has to be a moderator in my group because he is super cool and he knows what he's doing, and he will boot your ass out if you're not behaving. Right, Luca?
He said thank you.
Absolutely, brother. I would have modded him up before, but he's in the hospital. So, but now that he's here, spectacular. All right. So, here's the fun part. This is dry now, so our first leg is dry, so that's good. And I will take our first leg and put it on one side. It doesn't really matter which side. But this leg, which still needs to dry, but I will take it out of the vise. This leg here, it will matter how I put it in because I tied one, I don't know, a week ago, I think. And I put the other side, yellow side up. So it was like not correct. So when you put it in, I'll show you in a minute how to do that. But while that other piece is drying, I am going to grab a hook from our hooky bin.
He's a tedious little fella to tie, isn't he?
He is a tedious little fella, but you know what?
Wow.
He's a fish-catching little fella. So if you are a bass fisherman for smallies and largies, and other assorted panfish, will also eat this guy. So if you are a panfish aficionado, then you will love to have one of these in your collection because it's a really super fly. Wah, wah, wah. See what I did there, guys?
Yes. They're just talking with each other.
They're talking about
burbot, not fish and all that.
There. Nice. That's nice. Okay. So, as you guys know, I hate having my hooks bent like this. So I'm going to gently take my flat pliers and straighten it without snapping it. If you happen to snap it at that point, you can just make a little Christmas ornament eye and replace the eye on your fly and carry on. So no worries. But I didn't do that, so we're good. And I just want to make sure that it's the right size hook. It's just a smidge bigger than this one.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Just a smidge. But you know what? That's okay.
Yeah.
He'll be just like a millimeter. He'll be 2 millimeters larger. But trust me, he's just going to get eaten hard. So it's all good, boys and girls. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my thread. I'm going to attach it right below the eye. Let me take my nice off of there.
Yeah. I like the colors though.
Yes. Let me. What did Lucas say?
He's
Bambi?
talking with Bambi.
Yeah. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, so I'm going to put a fairly substantive amount of thread on this fly. I'm going to go right down to the bend of the hook. I'm going to come back up. And I'm going to go back down again. And they don't have to be tight touching. They can be wide. You just want to make sure that as you're doubling over that you have something that'll grip down. And for this fly, just so that it's not twisting or turning or anything, I'm going to lift my bobbin out of the way. I'm going to put down a little bit of crazy glue along the threads. And that will just bind that thing in like no tomorrow. And that will be fantastic. Okay. So our nail polish is dried on the other side. So this is the tricky part. So you got to make sure that when you put this on, you need to separate the little piece in the center. Let me get my pliers. It'll just help me to grab it better. You want to separate this, open up this little loop here. And it has a tendency to overlap a little bit over the other one, which is okay. But once you open it, it'll be fine. And then you want to slide it on and then make sure that both of your feet are green side up, the yellow side down. And then you can pinch it. And now it'll be perfectly all right.
Bambi said they just had a new calf. She's got to take a picture.
Oh, congratulations. All right. And this is a little tricky to hold it in place. So if you have a pair of hemostats, you can clip your hemostats on, but you want to make sure that you get your legs the right way so that the legs are up. And then if you clip your hemostats on there, this will allow you to hold it in place while you come up in between with your thread. And you want to tie it right above the point of the hook. And you want to get a few good wraps on there. And then you can adjust it with your finger. I took it off. And then you want to do the wraps on the other side, like so. And before you completely tie in your hook, you want to take your hemostats and you want I'll just call it the waist bone, but we know it's a spine piece. You want it to be exactly up and down like this, the eye of the hook. And then we'll just tie it in a bit more, put a couple more loops in there. And if you need to pull out your little pieces, you can just kind of go with your fingers and pull them out. Same as the other side. Usually the other side that you're working against is usually not too bad. Okay, so now you got your little leggies on there. And we're going to lift up our bobbin. And we're going to put some crazy glue. And And we'll just lock that in. Ta-da! It's really starting to look like something, hey guys?
Yeah.
A hook with legs. It looks like it could dance, right? Do, 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 do. Pay no attention to me. I forgot my meds today. All right. So, now that we got our legs on there, we're going to put the little lip on there. Now, if you don't want to put the little lip, that would be acceptable because you can still jig this fly, like you can still pop this fly like a popper. But I designed him with the little lip because I like him to swim, have that little left and right swimming on him. That little extra movement seems to do really, really well. So we're going to put the lip in, but if you don't want to do this step, you absolutely don't have to do this step. And it'll be the same fly, only just a different movement. It'll be more like a popping movement than a swimming movement. But for that piece, we need a piece of plastic, which I have here. And it's a fairly hard plastic, but it's soft enough you can bend it and mold it, but it's hard enough to hold its shape. Now, there are some plastics that are a lot thinner, and those ones will not be too good for this fly because they can snap off and break, and they won't push water very well. So you want this kind of, it'll be flexible, but a little bit harder kind of plastic. I happened to get it off of a fly rod I bought. It came in a big plastic case, and it was a really hard case.
So, honey.
But you can use like a pop bottle. Yes. Go ahead, sweetheart.
Lucas said he's done that with hemos, meaning hemostats.
Yeah.
Before I find a flat-mouth alligator clip or my hackle pliers that are wrecked, works better, but hemostats work great because they give you a longer grip.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Jared said, Jody.
I know, Jared. I know, Jared.
Yes.
I know,
if
Jared.
you did for the shifting hassle right now, I'll send you some and other goodies. But maybe all of that will cool down eventually.
The funny thing is, you know what, Jared? Here's the bad part. I've been to my mom's, like she has Gorilla Glue for me for this to try it.
Yeah.
And I've been there.
Yeah.
I can't
Once a week
since we've talked about this for since the spring. You know, you've been talking to me about this. I am so horrible.
Yeah.
I've had, it's there. I'm allowed to have it. Like she's like, honey, I have it for you. You can take it. Yeah. But every time I'm there, I get doing other things, and we get home, and I'm like, oh, I forgot that Gorilla Glue again.
Yeah.
So I know that I have it. It just has to. I just have to. Maybe tomorrow. I'm fishing tomorrow. I got to go to Mom's, so I'll remember to grab it tomorrow. I can't promise to try, but I'll try to try. Yeah. And as far as the other stuff, Jared, I know. Hopefully that all our governments calm down and let us start to be civil to each other again and whatever. I don't know what they benefit. I literally don't know what they benefit from making us struggle so hard. Like they just want control and that's it. But anyways, so I cut my piece of. I don't want to talk about the government today. They make me so upset, and it's not that kind of chat.
But that plastic is from what?
This plastic's from my fly fishing rod that I got.
Oh,
it was that big case. Remember?
Yes.
So I got a whole bunch of it. Like it's going to go a long ways.
Okay.
Although I tie a lot of flies, so it's not going to go as long as I think. But anyways,
okay.
I tie a lot of flies with lips. So anyways, I fold it at 90-degree angle. I cut it 2 millimeters or about 1 millimeter in on each side so that I could then grab it with my flat pliers, center it up, and then I can fold it on either side to make the little lip. And I like it to be rounded off on the end. So I'm going to cut the little points like so. So now you see we got this nice little rounded lip. And I'm going to cut down the center, down to the bend like this, and try very carefully not to cut too far because I don't want to cut into the lip, but far enough that I can then just twist these little pieces off. And I always keep the little pieces because sometimes I make even tinier lips, believe it or not. But this frog's going to have a fairly wide lip. So now I have this kind of little piece here. And the last thing I want to do is just on the end, I just want to cut the points off the end so that it kind of rounds it off a little. So it kind of looks like a little candy scoop. Woo! And on one side, I was a little bit longer than I wanted to be. So I'm just going to cut that off, and then I'll just round them off again so that they're even. So this is the shape of our little scoop. And what we're going to do is we're going to tie this piece in next. So you want to put it just below the eye of the hook. So where it bends, you want to put the eye on top of that. Then you want to tie it down.
Dominic says, would soldering that piece work?
Soldering? Not with solder, because it'll melt the plastic in a hurry. So probably not. But I'm going to show you guys. So we're going to tie.
Jared said it was hard to see while cutting G.
Okay.
Show us the scoop, Bill.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to recut it for you guys? Or you just want to see it again? Here, let me show you again.
Okay.
I'll just untie it. I'll do a close up. Come on, get off there. Come on. You use a lot of thread when you tie these bills in. I used enough to reach the floor. Okay. So this is the shape of the little bill. So it's got a bend here, and then the sides are bent onto the sides like that. So it looks pretty much like that. And then the end is tapered off where you tie it in. All right.
Do you know James Bailey catfishing?
Yes.
He says, hello, super guys.
Hello, James Bailey. How are you doing?
And Lucas said you got to be real careful when you're using plastic like that because it'll cut your line.
It can. But the thing is, so where it ties onto where you tie it on is right in the center like this, right? So your line is attached here, is not really rubbing on any of the plastic when you retrieve it.
Okay.
All right. So what I'm doing is holding it onto the underside of the hook, right below the eye. I'm going to try and make this so you guys can see it. And you want to get a few really good wraps in there to just kind of make it so you can work with it. All right. And then what you want to do, you can take your hands off, right? You want to make sure that it's centered on your hook. And then you're going to take your thread and you're going to go under the eye of your hook. And then you're going to go the opposite way under the eye of the hook. And then you're going to go do that. And you're going to repeat that about 5 or 6 times. And what that's going to do is keep that centered into the middle of your plastic lip. So your eye will now stay centered. And then you can continue on wrapping down it'll twist until you glue it down, but it won't shift side to side. Like you could wrap it around, but it won't twist side to side. And you can just hold it as you work your way down.
Jared, and look at the drawing.
You guys are very welcome. And if any of you guys try this fly, let me know, because I'd be curious if in your waters it does as well as it does. It does well here. These froggies, I have some froggy patterns that are very similar to this. And I've gone out and caught like 150 little smallmouth or largemouth with them, like in a day. So it's a really good pattern, and if you're in the right place at the right time, it's really great. I'm hoping tomorrow to fish it, actually. So if I do, then by Tuesday or Wednesday, hopefully Tuesday, I will be able to put the video up. However, Tuesday is Mrs. Superfly's birthday. Happy birthday, Mrs. Superfly!
Thank you.
So we will be at Mom's again on Tuesday. And if we do, I may not be able to video edit as good. And if it takes a long time to edit the video, it may be Wednesday till my video gets up for this week. Okay, so I've got lots and lots and lots of thread on there. So that'll hold that in place for sure. So what we're going to do is take our crazy glue, and we're going to be very generous with our crazy glue for this. And we're going to cover that whole thing. And then we're going to flip it over and be generous on the bottom. And that is going to seal it all in nice and good. Ta-da! So now our frog has its lips and its legs. So the next part is its back and underbelly, which I don't have available. Why do I not have available? Come on. Do your homework, Jody. There we go. All right. So I'm going to have to cut it out of this. And the underbelly is going to be... did I use the bright? Yes, I did. Okay. So we can do bright orange. Also, if you look at some frogs, they'll be yellow, but other frogs will have a white underbelly. So if you don't have yellow foam, you can use white foam in replace of the yellow foam. But we do have yellow foam, so I'm going to make it with the yellow. That's the color I fished the most. So we want to cut it. Basically, the width of the bill is how you want to cut it. So your little plastic bill, you want to cut it that width. So we need a piece for the top in green. And then you can hold your green up to your yellow. And you can cut it the same size. Look, Ma, I can cut foam. All right, so that's going to be your body. It's going to be a little wider, but I'm going to get the length first. So I'm going to put it just a little bit past the eye of the hook, and then a little bit past out the butt is the length. I'm going to put those in my little container. And it's still just a tad wider than I need it. So I'm just going to cut probably about 1 millimeter. And I'm just going to wedge it up there. Beautiful. So if you see, I've made it just so that the legs will, so all the metal and everything is covered up from the hip. So that's good. That's the length we want it. So what we're going to do, we got our two pieces held together. I'm going to get my rounded scissors. If you don't have rounded scissors, you'll just have to cut it round. And on the back end, I'm going to cut a little rounded point because a frog's butt comes to a little rounded point like that. And on the top end, I want to cut it round. And I just want it to have a little bit of an overhang over. And I'm going to show you why, because we're going to glue the lip, the plastic lip, onto the foam, and it's just going to give it a little bit of extra strength. And on the bottom piece, which is the yellow piece, we want to cut a little slit about 2 millimeters in the center like that. And the reason, which I'll show you in a second, I'm going to bring my thread down to the bottom here, just in front of the legs. We're going to slide our little yellow piece in like this, and we'll hold it up to our lip. So see how there's this little curve on the lip? A little bit is touching the lip. That's going to help the lip to also stay attached onto our fly. And then this part is very fidgety. This is probably the most fidgety little part of the fly, is holding this all together and tying down that piece. I'm just going to do that, and if I have to adjust it, I'll adjust it. Come on now. They're laughing at me, aren't they?
No. Lucas says he just buys white foam and he just colors them all with his Sharpies. But he's just weird that way, he says.
Yeah.
And Lucas says he's like you. He buys colored ones when they're cheap.
Yeah, when they're cheap, they're good. Okay, guys. So I got it tied in there very loosely. All right. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my crazy glue, and I'm going to, on the back here, I'm going to put some glue on the back piece, and I'm going to glue them together so that they glue around that hook, so it becomes part of the hook. All right, and then once that sticks, I'm going to add a little more glue, and I'm going to take the top part, the green part, I'm going to hold it on, and I'm going to pinch it down on either side so that it sticks, making sure that our little joints are still clear so our little legs will kick. Because if they don't kick, that's a problem. Then we wasted our time. And then I'm going to take my thread and I'm going to tie it right in front. So as you see, it makes like the little hips of the frog. So a frog's body is like wide at the top and comes narrow at the hips, and then just kind of rounds out at the bottom. All right, our legs are kicking, everything is tied. So now I'm going to, again, like I did with the legs, I'm going to lift up the foam, pull it backwards, take my thread through the foam, and then start winding it forward. And I will come up to the front of the, right below the eye where the bill is connected in. And I will pull my foam up like this and like this. And I will take my crazy glue one more time. And I will cover almost the whole sheet of green, but I will leave about 2 millimeters at the top. That it will be the top lip that hangs over the eye. You don't really want to glue that part, because you want that eye to be free so that you can, so see, you got your little lip on the bottom and your little lip on the top.
So Dominic is saying the plastic bill is in the way. How would you tie it to the fly rod?
Okay, I'm going to show you that. Let me show you in a sec.
Okay.
So I'm going to take my thread and I'm going to tie it just like that. So as you see, it kind of separates. That'll be his head. That'll be his leg. There's his body, right? And then let me just shut my glue down. And I will tie this part off. And then now I'm going to show you the caramel secret, Dominic. This is where it starts getting real good here. Okay, I'm going to trim off that. So we're pretty much done with all the tying parts. So as you see, this lip, see how it's loose like that? You can tie, when you take your thread or your line, where's my line here? I have a piece here somewhere. Okay, so when you're attaching your line, this piece of this little lip will open up and your line will slip right through, right? And then you can tie your knot. And the lip part is going to be down on a I think that's a 60-degree angle. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's about 60 degrees. So that bill is what's going to push. It's going to stay straight, but there's like a little gap in there where you can tie your line on to this fly. And this part of the fly is bendable, so you can just bend it up a little bit and tie in like that. And I use loop knots. So for me, let me show you. If I was going to tie this fly on, because I like as much movement in a fly as I can get. So basically, if I'm going to tie this guy on a hook, I'm just going to do a loop knot with him like this. And I'm going to leave a loop. And then I usually just put him through twice.
James Bailey said it's a good looking fly. And
So
Bambi said she likes the legs.
Thank you guys. Thanks, James. Thanks, Bambi. So see, I like to have a nice loop knot like this. And this allows all my flies, or most of my flies, to have a really nice movement in the water. So as I retrieve it, it has sympathetic movement. So that's how I fish it. What? They can't see?
No, because you had it low.
Oh. Did they see me tie the knot?
Hardly.
Oh. It's always hard to keep in focus when I'm doing stuff on here. But anyways, that loop knot just allows them to have full range of movement and to swim with. So let's get to finishing them.
Yep.
I'm going to cut that piece off. And then I will show you. So this is where it gets kind of fun. Okay, so before I get into I have to glue, or not glue, UV resin some parts. But before I do that, I want to do the speckling. Let's make sure I'm in the screen. Am I in the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to do the top spots on him with a black marker, keeping with the warty frog theme, like that. And then I'll just, while I got the brown one handy, I'll just flip him over and do his underbelly. And I'll just put his little speckles on the underbelly. Boop-a-doop, boop, 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 boop. Okay. So here's the crazy part. I'm going to grab my UV light and my UV resin. I'm going to pull this little flap up, and I'm going to take my UV resin and I'm going to fill in the gap like this. Put a little bit on the gap. I'm going to push it down onto my lip, and then I'll flip him over and push him up. I'll turn on my torch, and the UV will go right through the plastic, and it'll glue that plastic right onto that foam, and it will be perfectly solid.
My wife says the fly is cool and cute from Jared's wife. You know she listens in.
I know.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mrs. Vintage. There we go. So now, as you can see, it's nice and firm on there. It gives the lip a little bit of something to push onto. So that's good. Beautiful. Just make sure it's 100% My battery's running a little dead on this, so it's taking a little extra longer for the UV to dry, but it's pretty much dry. All right. And let me just wipe off this.
Maybe you said it's solid. It's neat.
Yeah, it's solid. It's a good one. So I've already done these eyes, but this is really, really easy. These are just regular Google eyes that you can get from the dollar store. But I take some two-sided tape and I tape them down onto a little piece of cardboard and I paint them black with a nail polish, a black nail polish. So these are going to be the little black eyes for our froggy.
Tink says hello, Superfly.
Tink Tink's in the house. How come Tink is... Okay, there we go.
James Bailey.
James Bailey also is not?
No.
What?
He's not.
He must be now.
Oh, Real Outdoors is here.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
There we go. All right. Reel's in the house. Real Outdoors. Everybody's coming to play. Okay. So now for the eyes, I'm going to take some crazy glue and I'm going to put them right by the bill and just below the bill. And I'm going to make sure that the white part of the eye is, so there's going to be, let me see if I can show you. There'll be a little white sticking up. You don't want it sticking up on the bottom. You want it sticking up on the top. Remember, this is the side the fish are going to see, right? And I don't think they're going to care about it, but I'm going to care about it. So that's why I do it. And I'm just going to put a little crazy glue and do the other side the same way. And that's just to tentatively hold it on there. But I'm also going to take some UV resin and I'm just going to make sure that they will not come off there regardless. I'm just going to wait till it dries. I want to make sure that they're fully hardened. And then I'm going to grab my torch, get it ready. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure he's level in the vise. I only had him at that angle so I could do the lip. Now I'm going to put him back level on the vise. I'm going to take my UV resin. I'm going to make sure I get the front eye a little bit and behind the eye and make sure it's all connected on both eyes. I'm going to do the same. All right, like that. And then I'm going to take the torch and we're going to hit it with the torch. Remember, guys, don't inhale the fumes from your torch. Try and use a ventilated area because the fumes from UV resins will gather in your system after long periods of time. And do not stare directly into your torch because it'll cause eye damage. So try to cover it with your hand or not stare directly at it. That is your health and safety warning from the Superfly. If you're looking to leave this live stream, the exits are located here, here, and here.
Real Outdoors said, Superfly, you're the Bob Ross of flies. Absolutely amazing, bro.
I'm waiting for somebody to tell me I'm the GOAT. Paul was telling me I was the GOAT. So one of these guys was telling me I was a GOAT. They're like, you're the GOAT. Superfly, you're the GOAT. I had to look that up. I'm like, what? I'm the GOAT? Like I'm a grass chewer? Like what's I found out what GOAT means.
Yes.
I'm like, I might be the GOAT. Maybe. There's so many better fly tires than me though. Okay, so that's nice and hard. Now these are not coming off under any circumstance. The only thing that can happen anytime you use a Google eye on any fly is if you happen to back cast this. So on your back cast, if you hit it onto the concrete or like a rock or something or a hard tree or a bridge or some random thing, you could pop an eye because they're only a little plastic Google eye. But as long as you don't do that, you're pretty good. So now what I'm going to do, so we're pretty solid. Like you could just take that and fish it now. But I'm just going to seal in all the little spots and stuff. So I'm just going to take our clearish nail polish. It was clear at one point in its life. I'm just going to go over. I'm just going to seal in all the little speckles. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ta-da! All right, and then I'm going to turn them over, and I'm just going to go over the back side or the top side. It's now the top side, and just go over like that. And it just darkens it up just a little bit because of the browns and the black Sharpie marker. I'll just make sure I get a little bit on the side so it just blends it in. And this little guy is a fish catching fool. This is going to make you have a good day. And he's small enough that like rock bass, warmouth, we don't have any warmouth here, so forget that. I mean, warmouth will eat that. Any of those sunfish, any of those little guys, smallmouth, largemouth. I've had perch come up and hit this. So I say warmouth because warmouth is kind of like a rock bass. So I'm pretty positive that they would come up and take that. I wish we had warmouth here, actually. I think they're pretty cool fish. So that's it, your little hippity hoppity wiggle froggy. So it's a little time consuming. How long did that take me? An hour and 17 minutes.
Well, you didn't start right at 7.
I didn't start it right at 7.
Chatted.
We chatted for a little bit, so about an hour. And I was, chatting with you guys. When I'm trying to do camera angle stuff and explain it and explain all the details, obviously it takes me longer. When you get really good at tying these, I bet he's probably closer to 45 minutes than an hour, to be honest.
Right.
So, yeah. But I enjoy them. I enjoy making them. And I think they're so cute. I think they'd make a cute pair of earrings for the ladies, too. Little hoppity frogs. So, if any of you ladies want froggy earrings, little cute
Sure.
froggy earrings, let me know. I'm good that way.
Or a pin.
Or a pin. I could put it on a safety pin. You could have a little froggy pin. Yeah.
Yeah, you've made me a.
I've made froggies with pins.
But you've made me a dragonfly pins and butterfly pins.
Yeah. I've made
and window pins. I really like those.
I've made the little fish pins for the Miss Superfly. Yeah, so that's the froggy.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yep. So I'm looking forward to fishing this guy. Not this particular one.
No,
when he dries, he's going in the Superfly box. I don't know where Solo is. I hope. Let's see if he's lurking. Solo. If I call him, if he's lurking, he'll let us know. Look, Solo. This is for you, Solo. I know Solo wants this frog. Dominic's a fly fisherman,
cool.
A bass fisherman. He wants a frog.
Cool.
I know bass eat frogs, so.
Cool. Everyone likes honey.
Very cool, very cool. So yeah, that'll join the ranks of the cool flies in the fly giveaway. And if you tell your friends, the sooner we tell our friends and get to 1,000 subscribers, I will be doing the draw for this box. And most of you guys are in the draw, but I'm going to put Luca in the draw just because, and I'm going to put Rooster in the draw just because.
Yeah, that's
because
okay.
You know why? Because they've been going through a lot lately. So you guys just automatically are gonna. That's a little bit of a blessing for you. But I know Jared's in the box. A bunch of you guys are in the draw for the box. So you guys are gonna be in the draw for the box. Your names will be in there, and yeah. So it'll be cool. I can't wait to give that to you guys. One of you guys is going to get that beautiful box. I'm so excited. And one of you guys is going to get the froggy, the little froggy, hippity hop. And when you get them, you'll have to tell me if you use them. I have other froggies. I've tied other froggies. But that's a cool one. So we're still got a bunch of time. Did Solo show up? Not yet, eh? Solo. He's not lurking in my chat. What's wrong with him? Solo. He's probably out fishing. Maybe he's out fishing. You think so, Bambi? Solo must be out fishing.
He could be at a church function. It's Canada Day.
He could be at church. Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, they're American. Never mind.
They don't have Canada Day in the States.
Never mind. Sorry. It's actually Wednesday, Canada Day.
Wednesday's Canada Day.
Yeah.
So Solo is not Canadian.
No, sorry. I forgot.
No.
Just a lot of churches
when are
having a barbecue.
They're on the 4th of July.
Yes. 4th of July.
The 4th of July.
So
the fireworks. Saturday.
Yeah.
So before we see you again.
Right.
Although I may be live streaming during the week, so I may see you guys again. But if I don't see you again, happy 4th of July. And next Sunday I'll wish you a happy 4th of July again. The froggy is cool. Thanks, kid. Kid, you're a bass fisherman, eh? He hates you. Who hates you?
I don't know.
My phone just does not want me to type.
Luca's phone has done a few misspelling, but we know what he's been saying.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Luca. We all speak gibberish in here. I type my keyboard types in gibberish too, so I've learned to translate it. It's all good. Oh, you're welcome, buddy. You are definitely welcome. So, yes, I have a big fish bowl with all of your guys' names in it. So, when I go to do the draw, I'll show you guys all. But yeah, I'm really honored. I've had my channel for 3 years. For the first 2 years, I did absolutely nothing but watch videos. And I didn't even go to live streams. I never went to anybody's live streams. I just watched videos only. And I posted a few videos, and I got about 35 subscribers over a 2-year period. But in the last 75 days, so since April 15th of this year, I started live streaming and visiting everybody's live streams like crazy. And I've been out there going to all your guys' channels and checking you guys out. And, you know, you guys have been coming to visit me. So I'm now to 226 subscribers. And, you know, I got 190 in 75 days. So that's pretty good. So thank you guys all for coming and checking me out. Thank you guys for sticking with me. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me, and you guys are amazing. I enjoy chatting with you. I look forward to our when I can get live stream, and I know I've been doing a few more throughout the week, so that's really, really cool. Thank you guys all for watching my videos, my fishing videos. I'm sorry I cannot live stream my fishing because I don't have data on my phone. But I can record it, and I really enjoy recording it for you guys, and so that's really cool. And yeah, so I mean, you guys are really awesome people, and this year I've met a lot of awesome people. Like, you guys are just a really cool bunch, and the fishing community seems to be a generally pretty cool bunch of people, and it just lets me to know that the world is not completely dead. There's still lovely people out there. There's still people to talk to and stuff. So I really appreciate you guys. I really, really do. And I know a lot of my crowd, some of my crowd are fishermen, some of them are not. some of you guys just tune in to talk and whatever, and that's cool. Uh, and all my fly time buddies, I really appreciate you guys. What were you gonna say?
Brandy said she thinks that Jay
Yeah.
told Solo lies. I don't know what's going on really, so she thinks Solo hates her.
Oh.
Um,
All right. Well, you know what, Bambi, you're always welcome here. I'm not. I can't speak for the things that I don't know about. I hope that I would think that Solo's a bigger man. Uh, I think he's a good guy. Hopefully he wouldn't judge you that way, Bambi. Um, and to be quite honest, uh, online we get to know each other, but we don't know each other. So like we only know what we allow each other to see online. So if people are really judging people online, like that's not fair. You don't know everybody's story. You don't know their lives, their how they are in real life and whatever. So it's pretty bad when people are trying to tear each other down and tell stuff about each other. It's not really great. So I just say treat each other with kindness, show each other love. Bambi, you'll always be welcome in my chats. You were one of the first people in my chats. Solo's always welcome in here, and I'm not a side picker. I don't pick sides on things. So I'm not like this person said this, so I'm gonna just not. I'm not like that. So unless somebody craps on me personally, then I will just not go to their chats or their lives or whatever and just stop hanging out with them. But other than that, um, I hope you guys always know that you can go wherever you want. And I feel just if you go somewhere, obviously you guys know there's a video. I'm not even going to get into that about somebody I don't like, but you guys are free to go visit that person. I'm never going to stop you guys from that. I'm never going to like try and discourage you. And I wish that person well. I'm not going to mention his name, but you guys know already probably. But I wish him well. I forgive him for the mistakes he's made with me, and I hope he doesn't treat anybody else like that. And you guys are welcome to go there and hang out. And I hung out with him for a long time. I thought he was a pretty cool guy, to be honest. I spent a lot of time, and I was really hurt, but
well, he blocked Kid, and Kid doesn't know why.
he blocked Kid too.
And Kid doesn't know why because Kid gives him all the hype and all nice comments,
Absolutely.
and he's judging, and so he blocked Kid because he's mad at him.
Yeah. So
Oh well.
yeah, you know what? You win some, you lose some. Kid, you and your mom are always welcome in here. I think you guys are great people, and yeah, just
Lucas said he's gonna email him and see what's it.
yeah. So it's all good. I haven't seen Solo in a couple of days in here, a couple of my lives. Now last time I talked to him, he said he was lurking. He goes, I'm watching in the background. So hopefully I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully we didn't offend him.
I hope I didn't offend Solo,
I
but
mean, Solo and
so,
Bambi
so
were
Solo
the first
and Bambi were the first two people
on
in
their
my.
live stream.
They were the first two to visit me in live streams. When I went live, they were right there supporting me, and Solo's
And
been
it means a
in so
lot.
many of them. So
It means a lot to us.
yeah, it means a lot. So, like I said, I don't know the whole situation, but I hope there's no hard feelings
Yeah.
anywhere.
I hope not.
And I mean, it's up to you guys. And if any of you guys don't like what I say, or if I offend you in any way, or something happens, uh, you, I'm not gonna lose my grip if you don't want to stay subscribed to me anymore or come chat with us anymore. But I'd rather you guys stay. Obviously, I mean, I enjoy your company. I enjoy you guys being here.
Of course.
But I'm not gonna pick sides and whatever. And I just encourage you. I encourage people to go to other people's live streams. I encourage you to hang out, because you know what? There's so much good information. There's so many cool people. And you guys know from this is the live streaming. We get into chats together and we kind of drift around as a crowd together, and we hang out, and other people say, and as soon as I'm done here, you guys are going to go somewhere else, and I'll probably meet you there, right? So I mean, yeah, I mean, one thing you gotta kind of do is not let you got to remember, this is the internet, right? You're on the internet. YouTube is internet, and you just gotta let it kind of flow off your shoulders and not get too bent out of shape, because I mean, it just carry on, and try not. You know how many chats I've got kicked out of? I got kicked out of chats, but I never did anything. I never insulted anybody, but I got kicked out for writing in caps, just because I write in caps. And I have eye issues. You guys know that. You see me, how close I got to be to my vice and all that. Like, you guys know I have nearsighted vision. So like when I'm reading your chats, I mean, I write in caps. I've been kicked out just for that. So I don't worry about it. If I'm not welcome in a place, I just move on, because there's more chats, there's more live streams, there's more cool people out there. And I've been also very accepted in a lot of chats. I go into most chats and most people are like, "Hey, Superfly, you're here, hey." I feel the love more than I feel the hate. Let's put it like that. So in the places where they're throwing a bit of hate, I just don't go there. Because you know what? I got better things to do with my time than to kick and scream and fight with people over silly things. I just want to be with you guys, talk about fishing, talk about, whatever else you guys want to talk about. I mean, we talk about all kinds of things, but I just love you guys. And in my chats, in my live streams, is going to be a loving place. And if people come here and you have love in your heart, you're accepted here. You're welcome here. If you're going to come in here and bring hatred and nonsense, then you got to go. I'm just going to block you out, and that'll be the end of it. So for now, I haven't had any of that in here. So I feel very blessed that you got, and I get it. I'm only a small channel, so I haven't had I haven't had any trolls or anything, no spammers or scammers or anything. So I've been pretty blessed so far. And I try and keep it that way. And that's why, like, when you guys come in, I get to know you guys, and I blew you up. I make you moderators, and you guys take care of the chat, and you guys make it peaceful and loving, and we all have a good time. And I look forward to coming in here and spending time with you guys. It's not a job for me. I'm not trying to make money. I'm not looking for people to give me any kind of money or rewards. Or if you call me a goat, that's cool. Yeah, Superfly's the goat. But other than that, I mean, whatever. Like, I'm not looking for the fame and the glory and all that. I just want to hang out with you guys, and I want to teach the next generation of fly fishermen how to tie some really kind of cool flies and just enjoy fishing, right, as long as we can enjoy fishing. So, right. And you know what? As long as we can chat from with people all around the world, and I don't know what's going on in Canada specific, but they want to get us on that digital ID thing, which I'm completely against. So if at some point you don't see the Superfly anymore, it won't be because I don't want to be with you guys. It'll be because I'll have to sign in my digital age, and I'm not doing that. I'm not going on that digital ID system. I'm a follower of Christ, and I know that's from the enemy. That's not good. So if I disappear off the maps, you guys will know why. It's not because I didn't enjoy it. It's not because I didn't love you guys or I don't like teaching or whatever. It's just because our governments are really putting the push, and they want kids under 16 to identify, and they're saying it's for their safety, which I can agree that could be for their safety, but at the same time, there's more behind it than just that. They want everybody. They also want us to be a cashless society, because then they can own us, right? They can tell us what to buy, what to drive, where to go, if we can go on vacation, if we can go across the border, if we can go on trips. I'm not in for letting the government tell me what I can do and not do that way. So, yeah. So just that's a little heads up for you guys. So as long as I can, I'm going to be here with you guys. Hopefully, I can reach my goal. I would like a play button, but I don't think I'm going to get that many subscribers before they do bring in this digital ID, because they're already made the laws for it. So that's what all the data centers is about, right? So, but anyways, enough about that. That's you guys. That's up to you guys to believe or not believe, or deal with or not deal with. You know how the Superfly feels about it. But just know that I love you guys. And if you ever do have a issue that you want to talk about or work out, send me a message. I'm also on Facebook, so I mean, you can also, if you have a Facebook account, you can private message me if there's something you want to talk about privately, or somebody's bugging you or whatever. I mean, we can always talk about it. But just know I'm a very forgiving and loving person. So if I've upset you, let me know, because I'm open-minded. So I can change, or I'm flexible. I can explain things.
Yeah.
I can explain my point of view or what I meant by something. Like if I
Yeah.
say something that sounds off to you guys,
Yeah.
I'm willing to talk about it too, right? So what I'm not willing to do is argue and fight about things.
No.
I'm just not willing to do that. I don't want to argue. I will bring the friendly, loving guy, and we don't have to agree on everything.
No.
There's things you might agree on, some things I disagree, or I disagree on some things and you disagree.
That's okay.
You know, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Like I'm flexible that way. So if you guys ever have a trouble with the Superfly, let me know, because I'm open to talk about it. And if you guys just want to, if there's something I ever do and you just want to sneak away quietly and unsubscribe or whatever, you're welcome to do that too. Of course, I'll miss you guys because I love you guys, but what can I do about it, right? So hopefully we've been growing a family here. I always consider when you're subscribed to me, I consider you part of my family. If you come here every Sunday and hang out and chat, I consider you part of my family. You're not just a stranger. I consider you part of my family. When I say, hey, brother, hey, sister, that's what I mean. You're my brothers and sisters. And unless I have a reason to doubt you or anything, then I'm not going to do that, because I give you the benefit of the doubt. And I hope you guys do the same with me when I'm in your guys' lives and stuff, because, I mean, I just...
So Luca, Kid, and Blue are all leaving.
Luca, Kid, and Blue are all leaving?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming in and spending some time with the Superfly. Always a joy. I hope you guys, Luca, Blue, I hope you guys are feeling better. You're always in our prayers. Me and Mrs. Superfly are praying for you guys always to get better. Also, Jared, I know he didn't say he's leaving, but Jared, you're always in our prayers. Hope you guys start feeling better really soon and make a full recovery, because you guys are awesome. Yes. So,
Tapeworm's leaving too.
is he?
And the real monster.
Are they leaving, or did they just say goodbye to the other ones?
Oh, I don't know.
We'll know in a minute if they're leaving or not. You're welcome, Luca. You're very, very welcome. I think Monster's going though.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Jared. That's the other thing, guys. Like, Jared makes a very valid point.
Your wrong, Monster's still here.
Oh, Monster's still here? Oh yeah. Okay, Monster's in the house. But yeah, it's so easy online when you hear something in your own head and then you type it out the way you heard it, and then you type it into the chat and somebody takes it absolutely out of proportion, or they misread something, or you misspelled it, or whatever. It didn't translate the way you meant it to come out, and people get upset about it. And then that's one thing I don't like about chatting. That's the one thing, is because you say something, or like, for instance, sometimes you guys know me, I'm a singer, right? So I'll be like singing a song. So I'll type the song I'm singing to be funny and be like, hey, I'm singing a song. And people will read it in a monotone way and not realize it, or they've never heard that song. And they're like, what are you talking about, Superfly? And I'm like, that's a song. And they're like, oh. And they have no idea what was, because right? So what are you going to do about that? I mean, that's just the nature of the beast, right? So, but anyways, yeah, it's all good, guys. It's all just know, if you're here, you're welcome. It's a peaceful place. It's a loving place. It's a friendly place, and I love you guys, and the Mrs. Superfly loves you guys, and we enjoy coming together, me and the Mrs. Superfly, and doing these live chats, because we get a chance to spend time together, and then we get we get a chance to hang out with you guys, and yeah, it's just really awesome. But do you guys want to see me tie more flies?
I was gonna say you should.
Is there
that white one you showed before?
Yeah, this one?
Isn't he in our bin to sell?
Yes, I have these guys for sale.
Yes.
I sell these guys.
Yeah.
I make them. They're about $3. They're in the $3 bin. So these are a little craft for minnow. They're pretty easy to tie, and they work pretty darn good.
Yeah.
You guys want to see? You guys want to see me tie this?
We definitely want to see you tie more flies. Luca's eating right now, but he definitely wants to see you tie more flies.
All right.
Sure, Jared said tie some more, and Real Monster said sure.
All right, guys. And Sata took Luca's phone. We most definitely want to see you tie more flies.
Because he's eating.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Is it Sata? You're Luca's twin, right? I think they're.
I think he said my brother brought me something to eat.
Oh, okay.
That's what he said.
Okay.
So I guess Sata's his brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're twins, actually.
Oh, okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Try that cool one with the feathers.
Are you? No.
That takes too long.
Oh, the one that I did for tapeworm?
Yeah.
No, this one will take me a while.
Okay, never mind. Next week.
This will have to be another dedicated time to tie this. I guess I should put the vise.
Yeah,
back.
Lucas said they're twins.
Cool. So I don't have my facts mixed up.
Yeah.
I talk to a lot of people, so sometimes you get. So yeah, this fly here, guys. This is the one I made for our buddy tapeworm. This is another. That's going to have to be another day, because that's a lot of steps in that one. But the craft for minnow is really cool. So I will tie that one. Okay. I will get a hook in the vise.
A hook in the vise.
A hook in the vise. I just have to find a hook. So I have a lot of hooks. I have like 3 containers full of hooks. And it's always a struggle. Well, it's not a struggle, but do I need water?
Yeah.
No, I don't need water.
You just seem a bit
dehydrated?
Flushed.
Flushed?
Yeah.
Mrs. Superfly thinks I look flush.
She might be warm.
No, I'm okay, Mrs. Okay. Superfly. I am good, darling. I just need to find the right hook for this fly. That's a bit small. It's a bit of a smaller fly. What hook did I tie that on? Oh, you know what? Okay. I know what I'm doing now. I made a hook.
Oh, cool.
No. Okay. Let me explain the making of the hook.
Oops.
I got a whole bunch of these hooks like
What are they
this.
called again?
I don't know, but
Okay.
they're of the Asian persuasion.
Hand-
So they have a flat. They don't have an eye. They have a flat thing. They come like that, and then they tie some knot around this and fish them like that. I'm not a super fan of these hooks. I like to have eyes on my hooks. However, they're a really sharp hook. And
See, Lucas said it's important to stay hydrated, Superfly.
hey, Yoshi! Yoshi's in the house. Okay, okay. I will listen to Luca. You're gonna make my wife get on my case, Luca. I'm just trying to find this hook. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna use this hook. I'm gonna stop diddling around. I can't find a hook exactly the right size. I got so many hooks all over the place. I will just use this. I was looking for one in silver because it blends in with the silver material.
Oh, okay.
So if you guys see, this is a silver.
Sorry.
This is Superfly
Very
knock.
sorry.
This is Superfly knocked the camera, guys.
Sorry.
She was getting me water and knocked the camera. So if you guys, I don't know if you can see, it's a silver hook. But I'm going to be using a brown hook instead. So because I can't find that exact hook. And just so you guys know, here's my water.
Thank you.
Are you happy now?
Yes.
Okay. All right, family. Here we go. Brothers and sisters. How's it going, Bay? The Yoshi Man. How's the kids? So I'm gonna start below the eye. I'm gonna work my way all the way down.
Okay.
All the way down, past the hook, the point of the hook, down to the bend. I'm gonna work my way back up. Ta-da! All right. So of course I cleaned my desk and now I can't find my. Here it is. So I need some white craft fur, and the craft fur I'm using I get at the Dollarama, and it comes on a big spool. And those of you who know I'm a puppeteer, I also use it for puppeteering. So it's a multi-purpose thing. And I'm just gonna pull out all the little scraggly bits. And then I'm going to take a section, separate a little bit of a section, a little more than that, like this, a little patch about that big. That's going to be our tail. And I'm going to get my scissors, and I'm going to cut it flush to the little piece of material that it's on, like this. And then when you cut it, there'll be a little bit more that comes off. And basically, you're going to measure this onto your hook. And you want it to be about a hook length or so past the end of your hook. So you can tie that once you measure that down, like that. And if there's any little loosey-goosey bits, you can just pluck them out as you go. And if you feel it's too thin, like if you feel it's too wispy, you can always cut a little bit more and add it. But I think that is pretty good. Like that. I like it. I like this fly to be a little bit sparse. So if you see it's kind of sparse. It's not really thick. I think it just helps with the flowing out, like when it swims. I just think it helps with the swimming. So what I'm gonna do now is get some ribbon. Oh no, you know what? Did I put any? No, I didn't. If you want some sparkly in the tail, you can always put some sparkly in the tail.
So, Luca's brother said,
Yeah.
yeah, Luca is absolutely fascinated with the puppets. They are so cool. They remind me of Jim Henson.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Sata. All right. So I'm going to take. Where did I put it? As you guys can see, I've got ribbons out my butt. I pretty much own a dollar store. In case you guys don't know that, I have so many materials. Crazy, crazy. This is what happens when you tie flies for 35 years. You have so much stuff. Well, I'm just going to have to make it because I can't find it. So I'll just use this here. So I'm going to take this ribbon here. It is a white metallic-y ribbon. So it's got like a pearl, white pearl. And it's way too wide for what I need. So I'm going to cut it.
Dominic said yesterday he saw a greenish blue dragonfly. It was so cool.
Oh,
you see those little meanies?
Was it greenish blue with black wings? Did it have like a metallic black wings? Okay. So if you ever get really wide ribbon, you can just cut it to the size you need it, which is super cool. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach it just below the eye, tie it in, and I'm going to wrap down to the end of the hook. And then I'll wrap my thread up below the eye and leave it there. And then I'll take my ribbon and I will start wrapping it around. And when we get up below the eye, I will take my thread and I will give it one wrap around the ribbon. And this will allow me to pull the ribbon up and then tie it down. And I'll give it a trim. And we're done with our ribbon. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to tie on the top part of our fur. So we're going to, let me just put this ribbon lid down. I'm going to go back to my little patch of fur here. I'm going to pick out a piece a little bit bigger than the first piece. So a little bit thicker. And then I will cut it flush. Like so. And I'll pick out any of the little nonsensy bits. I have a feeling I didn't cut enough, but we'll see what happens. So I trim it nice and flush on the end. And then the pointy part, or the thinner part, will go out the front. And the other part will go to the back, the thick part. All right? And basically we're going to put the eyes in and we're going to fold it over like this. All right. So the next thing we need is eyes. And we're going to use I'm going to use bead eyes for this because they're more readily available. So it's going to be, do you guys mind if I make a slight change? I'll do it. Never mind. I'll do it the right way. It's just longer. But you guys will know a new technique. Bead eyes, you guys have seen me do bead eyes 100 times.
said it was metallic, almost fluorescent.
Yeah. So I think they're damselflies, Dominic.
Okay.
If they were greenish blue with a black fluorescent wing, it was a damselfly, which are amazing. They look incredible. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so I got these like different colored. I guess I don't even know they're like stickers. You can peel them off and they've got like a sticker background. So these make really cool fish eyes. I'm going to use the white because I used them in the original pattern. And I'm going to cut off a pair off of the end, like so. And I'm going to try not to screw this up, which I have done in the past. And I need a little piece of plastic, but not my good plastic. I'm going to use this plastic lid. And basically, I'm going to peel these off the back of their plastic. And I'm going to stick them carefully onto the lid. So I'm using this little lid. And basically, I'm gonna try and do this so you can see it. I know this is gonna be hard. Actually, you know what? If I use this lid, I don't need this heavy thing.
It's called a clipboard.
It's See, now you guys got the Mrs. Superfly being smart. I'm the creator. Do it my way. No, I got.
Observing and learning. He said.
I'm gonna do it the way I said I was gonna do it. Okay, so we're gonna take a dab of black nail polish, and we're just gonna put it on the middle of these eyes, and hopefully they don't come up, which they're kind of coming up. Come on, stick down there. Oh, you devil. So these are tricky to show on camera, but anyways, doing it now. Try not to make a horrible mess. Okay. So I got the little dab in there. And it's going to take a second for them to dry. So while they dry, I am going to look for my dubbin. My fun dubbin. So I'm going to need some white dubbin and some red dubbin. So here's my wool dubbins. And I'm going to need my UV resin again. So these eyes are a little complicated, but they look really, really spectacular. So I just want to try and, I don't know why that's not stuck down, but. So I'm going to take some UV resin, and I'm just going to go over those eyes with the UV resin. One at a time. And I'm going to turn on my lamp. I'm going to hit it with the lamp. Do 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 do. Yes, lots of fun. I really should change the battery in these. I'm not going to do it right now, but I should. Because usually my lamp is brighter than that. And let's touch it. Ah, it did go hard. Okay. All right. So I don't know if you guys can see this. It'll be really hard to do it properly. Let me see if I can tip the camera down. Okay. See how one is like clear like an eye,
Yes.
and the other one is not.
Yes, yes.
The one that looks like a pyramid, like a crystal, is the one that I did not put the stuff on. And the one that is rounded like an eyeball, that is the one I put the... Did it just slide off? No.
Are you kidding me?
Where did it go? It slid off. It slid off.
No.
Into the garbage can, I think. Oh, no, wait. Did it go into the garbage can? Yep. Went right into the garbage can. Okay. Well, anyways, as you guys can see, that's what they look like. So I'm going to change the pattern slightly and use red eyes because I have them finished. So that's what happens when you UV resin them. What? That's okay. Relax, Mrs. Superfly. Relax. Where is that? Now I lost the lid to my thing too. My gosh. You guys know every time I do a live stream, things go haywire, right? It just... Oh, here it is. Here it is. Always make sure to put a cap on your UV resin container because it'll harden up. All right. So I have these already pre-made eyeballs. They're going to be red and orange now instead of clear. So that'll be the difference.
They're all laughing at you.
You guys are laughing, huh? Funny, funny, funny.
You said you were organized. You
I-
are nuts.
I spent 2.5 hours cleaning.
You're an organized mess.
I'm an organized mess for sure.
Yes.
Anyways, take your bobbin and put it in your bobbin cradle. What did I hear? I think I heard it.
I heard something too.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, too late. I'm not going back now. I'm hearing things, guys. Okay, so take a dab of crazy glue, our good buddy, the crazy glue, and you can stick the eye right below the eye, and it'll stick really good to the craft glue with the crazy glue. At least we have sound, though. And then we're going to flip our fly and do, so we've got one eye on either side, and the crazy glue is going to harden that in there nice and good. Beautiful. Now we can put our thread back. And what we want to do is take our red wool dubbin, and we're going to just take a tiny, tiny little bit. And I'm talking like just a tiny bit. And this is going to become the gills of our little minnow pattern. Because those little gills act as a hot spot, and those fish really love it. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our craft fur and we're going to fold it over. We're going to tie it down with one little tie in. Now see how it sticks up like that? That is not what we want it to do. We want it to blend in nicely to our fly. So how we fix that is take our white craft fur, or not our white craft fur, our white wool dubbin. Now I'm all discombobulated. We're going to put a fair on and make a noodle, and then we're going to hold down this craft fur, and then we're going to just dub it on. And as you can see, it holds it down now. See how it holds it down? So it all becomes one unified minnow there. Beautiful. That's exactly what we want. So now we can tie off our craft fur, or our fly, using our 2-finger half hitches. And after we do 2 or 3 or 4 of those, we cut it off. And it's looking pretty good. But to make sure everything is sealed in, and we don't want these eyes to pop off. So the thing about crazy glue is eventually they'll pop off. But if you take UV resin and you put it in between the eyes and make sure that you get some onto the eyes, all right, and then flip her over and then fill in the gap underneath with UV resin. Again, making sure you get some on the eyes. All right. Now, if you hit this with your torch, I'm just going to hit it from all sides. The good old UV resin. For a long time, I didn't use UV resin. It's only been like, what, half a year that I've been using it?
Not even, Jody.
Not even half a year I've been really using UV resins. I don't know. I don't know if it was just solely the cost or just the fact that I don't know. I don't know why I didn't use it. But you know what? It is a cool thing to use. If you get into using it on your flies, you can do a lot of different kinds of cool things. So that is now dry, and these eyes will not move, which is spectacular. So I'm going to take my scissors, and there's a little bit of craft fur just sticking out the front, which I don't want. So now I'm just going to take some clear nail polish and just go over it. All the places where I put the UV resin, top and bottom. And as you see, that clear nail polish just made those eyes pop. And it seals everything in. And I will now take our little fly out of the vise. And I'll just make sure all the little furs are combed together. And we have a craft fur minnow.
The other one you made is more poofy.
The other one I did was a little more poofy. But having it sparse is good.
G-Man's here.
Who's here?
G-Man.
G-Man! G-Man in the house! What's up, G-Man? G-Man, I haven't seen you live in a bit. I either miss you or you're a different earlier than I am. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been in a live stream with you, G-Man. But anyways, that's the little craft for minnow. Is a really cool fly. I'm going to put this one in the box, but I'm also going to tie another one like this, which is a little more poofy and a little more what I showed you. So one of you guys is going to get two craft fur minnows, one with red eyes and one without. And they will both be fantastic flies. Along with our little happy frog, which I tied earlier. So yeah, one of you guys going to get them. So yeah, one of you guys will get this. Yeah, so that's the minnows going into the craft box. I just have to let it dry. I need my little dry stand to let it dry up. So yeah. So that's it. That's it. Everybody, that's all the flies. The super flies for all you super guys and girls out there. What time is it? It is 10 after 9. Yes. So, what did Luca say? Luca said, laugh out loud. It's still his I'm too lazy to switch my profile, and he's got his cast to the TV. He's on. I see.
Jared's off to bed.
Yes, yes. Who? What the heck? Autocorrect still his brother. Very cool. Very cool. Well, guys and girls, I think we'll call it there. Yeah. So that's where we're gonna call it for this evening. Thank you guys and girls for showing up. Uh, muchly appreciated. Um, no, Yoshi, I haven't been able to do that yet. Um, I have to still figure out where my local UPS and what's the other one? There's UPS, Purelator. There's a few, and I got to figure out where they are, in relevance to where I live. So don't worry, I will one of these days. I hope, and there's still a chance. There's still a chance that I can do it. So if I can, I will for sure send out those flies to people if I can still figure it out. I will definitely put an effort on to try and do it this week. So yeah, it's crazy times. But I'm gonna call it here tonight now, because I'm going fishing in the morning with the beautiful Mrs. Superfly and the mother of the Superflies. And then Tuesday is Mrs. Superfly's birthday. So if I don't get my video posted on by Tuesday, it will for sure be put up Wednesday. It'll just depend on the timing. Last week's video, I started posting it at 10:30 p.m. on YouTube, and at 7 a.m. it posted. So I was up and down like a yo-yo that night. Just kept coming out, checking. Oh, it moved 1%. Went back to bed, got up an hour later, it moved 1%. So I did not sleep well last week, because I was trying to post that video. And when I do my videos, they're like the last couple have been like 2 hours long, so they take a long time to process. And I put in all those little special effects and stuff, and so yeah, it's a process. But a lot of you guys who edit videos, you guys understand that kind of thing. So, but anyways, so good hanging out with you guys and girls. And again, I thank you guys for everybody showing up. You guys are amazing. Hey, Whitney! All you guys are late showing up to the party. I'm ending it now. I'm ending it. Yeah. The thing is, Yoshi, here's the problem with that fly, or any of the flies going to the States. It's not the cost. The cost is easy. I would just pay it's about $20. I'd just pay it and send it to you. That is not the problem. The problem with it is I don't have data on my cell phone. And here in Canada, at least, they want us to have an app on our phone. And they want some crazy tariff numbers, and they want like a bunch of paperwork. And I'm not. Yeah, we have to prepay and then go home and fill out these paperwork, and like it's not just as simple as paying $20, putting a stamp on the envelope, and away you go. If it was that, then I would do it. I would have sent to everybody. I would have sent G-Man and all the flies. But the problem is the way the government is right now. They're making it really hard to send stuff and do stuff, and that is the problem. So I do apologize, Yoshi. I know a lot of you guys really do want those flies and stuff, And even when I send out the winner box for the $1,000 or the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, I'm going to have a friend who has that app on his phone send it, because if somebody in the states wins it, he sends stuff to the states. So I'm gonna have to use a friend to do it because I'm not gonna be able to do it on my phone. Um, so that's why. That's
Yes,
why.
I understand.
Yeah. So I know it sucks, but yeah. But I'm still trying to figure it out. There still could be hope. Like I said, if I check one of those other shipping companies, maybe they don't have the same rules or laws or whatever. Because the first ones I tried to send out was with the post office, so with Canada Post. Maybe one of these cross-border shipping companies will be a lot easier or different. So if I don't have to do the app on my phone, then I can send it. All right, Dominic, everybody, Luca's brother, we love you guys. Jared, Bambi, Yoshi, who else showed up? Tapeworm, Rooster, Owen, all you guys. You guys are all awesome, and I love you guys and girls and Whitney, and I hope to see you guys all soon. Like I said, maybe if I get time this week, I'll try and do another post. I'm gonna definitely try and do Friday Fly Days. So hopefully I see you guys soon. And thank you guys for all showing up. And
Thank you, everybody, for the birthday wishes.
yes, Mrs. Superfly says thank you for the birthday wishes. You guys are amazing.
Thank you.
And have a great week.
Yes.
Stay safe.
Yes.
You guys who are not well, get well.
Yes.
We're praying for you guys, and we love you. So we're gonna end her. So keep your fly on the water, tight lines, fish on Canada or wherever else you are in the world, and we love you guys. God bless. Peace.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.